I do understand that it's a lot of pressures out there to be just, I guess, the woman in the streets or to be the ratchet person. For black girls, we have the stereotype like we supposed to be this loud, crazy, individual, this angry black woman. That's a stereotype we have, even though that's not true for everybody. And for the ones that do, I guess, appears to be that way, is that you know most of that really comes from hurt. That comes from trauma, and it's hard to sometimes express that. And some people feel like the only way they can really express that is through their anger or just being loud and not really having that space of voice to just be a woman, really. Let their emotions out and not be the strong one and try to, make sure everybody else is okay around them. And then their selves are just wasting away. So that's a whole nother conversation, too. But just having that space and having that circle, having accountability is good. I don't think everybody is the same. I don't think every woman group is just a gossip circle. I do believe there are groups that are really, trying to help each other throughout this life. I do believe there are communities out there that really are doing the right things when it comes to supporting other women and not putting folks down. And it's how, I said it before in a previous video that I do want this to be a community. I do. And I want this to be a community, you know, not to sit here and just talk about everybody or put folks down, but a community where we're actually building up people, we're building up women. And, I do always say this too, that, even if I know you have some men that have channels that speak to women, and sometimes I'm skeptical about that because you still need a woman's voice when it comes to speak to women about things you do. You need women talk to women like you need men talking to men. You need that. And I get it that sometimes, you can have insight from the opposite sex about things, but it really is more impactful when you have a woman talking to women about dating and about marriage and just about life, because it comes from that perspective, that female, you know, insight. And I'm not saying that it's wrong for people of opposite sex to talk to people of opposite sex, but it still is important to have like that circle of the women around you. Like for a guy, it's important to have a circle of men around him. For women, having that support and circle where we have women just helping us through this womanhood, help us through life, help us you know, to feel supported, cared for in all these roles that we're trying to play. We need that. So I think that is important to not be afraid to connect to the right people. Not be afraid to put yourself out there and try to find that support that you need. That's something that I am trying to challenge myself in because I do believe it's good to have community. That is one of my prayers. I want to find the right community. I'm at a point in my life, I don't care about the drama. I don't care about who's doing this and that. I'm not finna sit here and follow behind everybody and all crazy things that to get themselves into. I'm really trying to make something of my life. And at a certain point, you get too old for that stuff. You really do. You get too old to be always into something, some type of fight, some type of drama. You always into some crazy little situation. You just in the middle of this circle. I mean, I guess this crazy drama. You're in the middle of this. You get too old for stuff. At some point, you just gotta like be like, hey, I got this one life. I don't know when I'll figure out here. So at this point, I'm gonna live it in a way that I can be proud of and that I can have something to show for it. And not just for myself, but for the people around me, for people that are watching me.